Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Anything for my princess.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
The movie sucked.
Oh, the movie does suck.
Yes.
But guys, how you doing? This is Isaac Anderson, the Shinbone Man.
And I am Tyler, the fat man.
Don't call yourself that. You're better than that.
No, it's like from the TV show.
Oh, okay.
I'm a lawyer.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, this is a show called Big Bang Cinema. This is a show where we talk about movie news, movie reviews, and everything in between. And right over here, we got Mr. Christopher, the New Lighting Darkins. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hunter, by the way, is not going to be on the show for a few weeks. He's taking a little bit of time off for himself.
Yeah, he's taking time.
What a loser.
He's going to go visit his family on the oil rig, the federal oil rig.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he'll.
It's not the state oil rig, but it's the federal oil rig.
He shaved his beard. Now he's recovering. But
Yeah.
but yeah, for real, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. How you guys been doing?
I'm doing.
Doing?
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Why'd you have to point me while I was yawning?
Well, speaking about being tired at the wrong time, Joaquin Phoenix is going
Well,
to be in a Joker film.
Is that what that says?
Yes.
That's not Jaquan Pahonix.
No, that's his cousin.
Jaquan Pahonix.
Jaquan Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix.
It's Jaquan Pahonix. You got to pronounce. Read it the way it says.
Okay. How do we say it again?
Jaquan Pahonix.
Johan Pahonix.
Jaquan Pahonix.
He's going to be in a Joker movie, and it starts filming this fall. Yeah. And I have to say, I'm actually kind of excited about this. What about you, Tyler?
I'm ready to see the first Joker with a hair lip, so I'm excited.
Chris, what do you think?
I mean,
Okay, I'm about to boil down what this is. This experiment to see if they can replace Jared Leto.
I think this is a high possibility, but I don't think that's probably true. I don't think it's true.
It's probably, if this is well received, it's probably going to happen.
Now, see, Joaquin Phoenix is a really, really powerful actor. Like, when you see stuff like when he was in, I wouldn't say so much Gladiator. This is kind of an odd choice for the, trying to pick something with a reference from the Joker. Master something, but I was going to go I'm Still Here, which is the fake documentary he did. Her's pretty good, but I don't know. When I saw I'm Still Here, it really showed me that this man can really pull off a performance that's extremely believable, even to the point where it's indistinguishable from real life.
I feel he's a fantastic. I mean, I feel like he's nominated most years for something.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor.
The one he played L. Ron Hubbard in the Master movie.
Yes.
Yeah, L. Ron.
That's
Hubbard.
alleged, but it's true.
L. Ron Hubbard.
But he plays crazy really, really well. If you've ever seen Gladiator, he plays kind of like
Commodus.
He plays kind of like on the edge, kind of like I don't know where he's kind of lying, kind of thing. Well, where the Gladiator dude's lying, but it's kind of like really just seeping evil, but still have a level of kind of compassion and sympathy. Mm-hmm. And also, director Todd Phillips, the guy that directed the Hangover movies, is going to be directing this movie. I think he's co-writing it too.
So, from what I'm seeing here, is this going to be The Killing Joke?
That's what it's implying. It's going to take place, I think, in 1987.
Oh. And
I think Martin Scorsese is producing it, which producing is a very loose term.
I feel this is going to be pushing an R rating.
They already said it was going to be R.
Well, because if this is going to be The Killing Joke, some pretty bad stuff happens in that.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you could do this movie PG-13 without it being lame, No,
I mean, there's some bad. The main plot is something really bad happens.
Oh, I know what happens. I know we can't say
what happens.
Yeah,
we can't say on here what happens.
But this is an origin story of the Joker, like how he became the Joker, which I don't know. I'm not interested in seeing how he became the Joker. I'm just more interested in seeing the Joker. You know what I mean? What do you think, Chris? Are you interested in seeing how the Joker came about?
I mean, it could be interesting.
Yeah.
It could definitely be interesting.
Or it's one of those things where he's like Han Solo, where the main appeal of the character is you know nothing about him.
I think that's a little bit of the Joker. Yeah. I'm more concerned with what he's doing in the current time and messing with Batman rather than what he's doing by himself because he's not as interesting.
Now,
I mean,
I'm sorry. I know.
Like, trying to make a comparison between, like, having the origin story of Han Solo versus the origin story of someone like the Joker. I don't think that's a fair comparison because they both play, like, very different character roles.
Yeah, I mean, so. I mean,
is this going to be an origin? Is Ben Affleck going to be like 10 in this movie?
I don't know.
10 years old?
That's also there's not going to be a Batman in this movie. Maybe you'll hear like a Wayne kind of.
Okay. What if it's like it is Batman? They're going to have somebody else play Batman, and it's going to be like an alternate universe.
I don't buy it, but
Like it's going to be a.
like it's Batman, like '87 Batman.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well,
but
no, his origin story was in that, but I'm talking it's like a whole different universe where, like they did in the comic books, where it's like a parallel.
Yeah, the DC comics aren't
They constantly reboot.
they aren't strangers to alternate universes or alternate realities.
yeah, I guess so. I'm excited for it, and I guess we're gonna see it in just about a year or two, and it'll probably get a 67% in Rotten Tomatoes and sell a decent amount of tickets. But Tyler, what's going up next?
Neil Blomkamp, I like to say Blomkamp because Blomkamp sounds a lot better, but Blomkamp is to direct Robocop reboot.
That's right.
The same man that was behind.
District 9 and nothing else.
No. Chappie. That's it. The Chappie movie.
Like I said, District 9 and nothing else.
He did something else that was.
Oh, what? He did a few shorts.
Yes.
I'm joking, of course. Neil Blomkamp, he was. Chris and I were talking a little bit before the show about how he was involved in a Halo reboot. Well, not really even a reboot. He was just involved in the Halo movie.
That
he made
should
a
never
short.
happen.
Yeah, I know. Well, he made a short film about Halo, and it was so popular, Microsoft offered him like the movie rights to go make the movie. And he did some weird stuff. I don't want to get all into that. It's on an old episode of the show where we talked about it. But District 9 is what he's most known for. He's really good at kind of the science fiction, kind of allegory stuff.
Do you think Sharlto Copley is going to be in this movie?
Who is that?
Sharlto Copley. He's in all of Blomkamp's movies.
If he's in all of them.
Yeah, he's the guy from
I don't know. I don't
District
keep up
9.
Blomkamp.
District 9 guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd imagine. I don't know. He probably won't play RoboCop, but that's a good question. As far as kind of the tone of RoboCop is definitely a satirical film about the '80s and kind of that whole lifestyle. And RoboCop is fighting everybody in this really hyper-violent way. Do you think this is going to be the same kind of tone of the hyper-violence and the satirical elements of that culture, or like how do you think that's going to translate into the new version?
Well, first of all, it's probably not going to be in Detroit.
Probably not.
Because there's going to be no crime in Detroit since there's no people in Detroit. So it's probably going to be, I would say Los Angeles, so they're probably going to do it in Chicago. Most likely they're probably going to push this movie to Chicago.
Oh, yeah?
Like a futuristic Chicago, and just everybody's getting gunned down. It's going to be a lot of gang violence. I say it's probably going to be like Dread.
It's in South Africa like the other one?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be Johannesburg. All right, hey, that's not a bad idea.
I would be cool with that.
I'd fly with that, like a South African, and during the whole, I don't know, violence and the whatever goes on in South Africa.
I don't know. I don't keep up with their
fighting the re-apartheid.
Soccer games, I don't know. What's his name? Morgan Freeman bringing everybody together.
Oh, yeah, Morgan Freeman, that guy.
But Neil Blomkamp's directing style, he's been doing something called with Oat Studios, which is like on his own short little film company, doing internet shorts. I like his internet shorts, what I've seen. They all remind me of District 9. Everything is District 9 he does. It's all have that same look and tone, kind of that nasty, kind of gritty cinematography feel. I don't know. I think this is an interesting choice. I'd rather see him do Alien like he was planning on doing, but they kicked him out. But as far as kind of like all these elements that I think need to be in RoboCop, I just don't think you should touch a RoboCop reboot.
Honestly,
you
for me,
touch it.
I don't. It really shouldn't be done unless you can get like, because Dredd. You saw? Did you see Dredd?
I've seen Dredd.
Dredd's a fantastic movie. It made the first one even a good movie. This made the first one look like just crap. But I want that. I want a Dredd style reboot for like RoboCop, not like. Just good. Just make it good.
Yeah.
That's all I want. Don't put D. Antvert in it because they're in all his other movies. They're horrible. Don't put them in there.
Yeah. Chris, I know you haven't seen RoboCop, but as far as kind of like what you know of Neil Blomkamp, like with the Halo reboots, Halo movie and stuff, what do you think about this? Do you think this will translate?
I mean, I mean, from what I've heard about RoboCop, I just don't think it would translate well. Like from like the sort of setting of RoboCop, and like sort of how it plays out, it just doesn't sound like it would, like that style of his, and then like sort of how, like what I was saying, how RoboCop plays out, it just feels like it wouldn't mix well.
That's right, sir.
Because
You answered correctly.
RoboCop was just satirical extreme violence.
Well, that's Paul Verhoeven. I mean, you get Starship Troopers, Total Recall, which, I mean, Total Recall also had a really bland PG-13 reboot. I don't want a bland PG-13 reboot again. If I'm going to see something, I want to see something completely new. I want to see something that's a hard R and try to go to all these extremes that the first one did, but in different ways, like Judge Dredd did, you know. It's a different movie, but it still remain kind of similar. But speaking about bankruptcy, Billy D. Williams is going to be starring in Star Wars Episode 9.
Oh, the smoothest man to ever go into space.
Yes, Mr. Colt 45 advertising man himself. Lando Calrissian is going to be in Star Wars Episode 9, guys. Chris, what do you think about this?
I think we don't need a Star Wars Episode 9.
That's correct. You're answering all these things correct.
She's on a roll today. Good gosh.
Yeah. Well, why don't we need to see Star Wars Episode 9? And specifically, why don't we need to see Lando?
I don't care. We didn't need a Star Wars Episode 8 or 7 either.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Because don't ruin childhoods. That's why we don't need another one. Lando was cool in the original.
It's not even that. It's just we didn't need it. Like the original 6 were fine where they were.
Yeah, Tyler, are you excited at all to see Lando in Episode 9?
Not at all, because I left with good impressions of Lando from the original. I just don't want to be ruined with this, because they're probably going to kill him in this.
Oh, I mean, I think Age is going to do that.
Essentially, people are asking, don't ruin one of the favorite characters in the Star Wars universe.
At least Boba Fett is gone.
Oh, they'll bring him back somehow. I mean, he's already scheduled for a movie that got canceled.
I was hoping they canceled it already.
Oh, they did. Well, it's hell.
Boba Fett's not really gone, because you know what Boba Fett was? Boba Fett was his armor. Is what Boba Fett was.
Yeah, he's a costume, is what he is.
Yeah.
But Billy D is a character. I mean, Lando was like not only just a cool, suave dude, he was really integral to the part of Empire and Return of the Jedi. I mean, he's just as big a part as Luke or Leia or Han. So I'm surprised they haven't brought him back. Well, actually, I'm not surprised, because I mean, he's not this guy anymore. He's grandpa kind of thing. And I hate to say that because Billy D is so cool.
He's just cool grandpa.
Yeah, I mean, he's cool grandpa. I'm just curious to see how they're going to bring him back. Is he still doing Cloud City stuff? I don't know.
I really don't think so. What I'm probably going to get is he's probably going to be off in a bar somewhere, sad and depressed and feeling put down by all the other characters they brought back have been.
I don't know. Maybe he's doing something in the Rebellion, aka the Resistance. I have no idea, but the point is, I think they're trying to pull out all the stops, because I don't think they expected The Last Jedi to get the backlash it did. As many people didn't like it as they did. I think they probably saw the writing on the wall for Solo. That it's maybe we need to kind of ease up on this.
Maybe people didn't people really didn't like Luke dying in this. Let's kill Lando in the next one.
Yeah, well,
maybe that'll really turn them off.
I think they're trying everything in their power to try to rekindle the interest for these Star Wars movies, because it's kind of they kind of built it up to the point where it's the Jenga blocks. They're putting all these little things in there, and they just
you know what they need to do to make it more successful?
What?
Not just rehash the original movies.
Oh, they did, and everyone hated it. It's called The Last Jedi.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You just can't do it. I guess you can't do it. And in the words of Mr. Rich Evans from Red Letter Media, I'm going to see what you guys think about this. I heard a guy say that Star Wars is just inherently limited about what you can do. Whenever they try to veer away from lightsabers, Death Star, Rebels, Empire, Force, Sith, Jedi, it sucks, kind of thing. And you can't really stray away from that formula.
Yeah, because when they originally made the movies, that was the big thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like Zelda. You can't really tell any other stories besides Link, Princess.
Because that is the only story.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what Star Wars is. And when you try to stray away from that, you get the prequel movies. I mean,
but it still included Link though.
Yeah, it had a Link, but there was no princess in it. But honestly.
But it was still Link saving the world.
Oh, well, we're not talking about Zelda
he's
right
a
now.
hero. But the way I feel about this, the whole Star Wars, like I said, talking about it's limited, is there's only so far you can go toward a collective universe. I mean, because, Marvel can do it because Marvel's had tone shifts with their different characters surrounding this universe. You've got the same characters and these same character generations, and they're trying to push the same story over and over and over again.
Well, I think that they set up all these things in episode 7, and I think the next writer just kind of wanted to do a bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm excited to see Billy D again.
Because when you don't follow the formula, you get Ewok movies.
That's true. Well, speaking about Ewok movies, what we got next?
Oh, for the next one, we have, personally, I'm actually more optimistic now for this than I have been. It's a live-action Gundam movie by Legendary Pictures. And from what that's Wing Gundam.
Wing
Who put
Gundam?
that up there? Who put Wing Gundam up
I
there?
did.
That's not the right Gundam.
Well, how do you know? It just says Gundam.
Because that's Wing Gundam. You got to do Gundam 79. That's Gundam Thunderbolt. Okay, what
It's one of the Gundams. The point is the Gundams are getting a live action.
No,
How about that?
They're different universes. They're all different. They're going to do the original
Well,
story.
I'm sorry I didn't
Why?
get it
You
right,
ruined
Mr.
this.
Nerd.
I had one request. And you've ruined it.
Let's keep talking about Gundam.
You had one job.
I don't know Gundam. They're
One job.
robots that talk to each other.
They're not even robots. They're not even robots.
Then what are they?
They're suits.
Whatever.
They're like guys like this big inside of this thing right there.
Their mechs is what they
Yeah,
are.
They're mechs.
They're giant suits.
Oh, it's like the
inside.
Pacific Rim robots. Then.
They're Pacific Rim robots. Did you remember the movie we saw over the summer, Ready Player One?
Yes.
When he turns into a gun. That's what it is.
I understand the premise.
That's what it is.
I don't watch Gundam. I just know they're
I
making
know
a
you
live
don't watch
action.
Gundam. That's something I imagine you've never seen.
That's very clear. I don't know. But what do you think about a live action movie?
When I saw that fighting in Ready Player One, I feel like we're finally ready for one. Chris, did you see it? Do you remember the Gundam battle scene from Ready Player One?
Oh, you mean the 2v1 of Iron Giant and Gundam versus Mechagodzilla? Of course I remember that.
Yes, I'm
That
actually
was
optimistic
amazing.
for it now. It was amazing. I'm up for it now.
I mean, when I hear Legendary Pictures, I think of like those big movies. I think they have Kong Skull Island. They have Pacific Rim.
They had The Dark Knight, sir.
Yeah. I mean, everybody.
Oh, there we go. I got them on that
But
one.
they're
Got 'em
also
on that
big
one.
robot pictures. I mean, so I don't know too much about the Gundams, obviously. So there's humans that inhabit these mechs.
Okay, no, what it is it's space battles. You have independent colonies that are fighting the Earth Federation.
Okay.
And that's what it's about. It's about war.
Okay. Just like my life.
And then they started making kind of ridiculous spin-offs for it. That was ridiculous Universal reboots. They got one where they have a giant boxing. They were fighting on Earth to see who would rule the. It's just ridiculous. But the first 3 seasons, the first season's incredible.
Okay. Well, as far as a live action movie with Legendary Pictures, who do you want to see direct a live action movie, and who do you want to see play the characters?
Okay, now if I know this is way too far. This is not going to happen. Minus Steven Spielberg.
It's not going to happen, buddy.
Okay, second runner-up, I would probably have to say someone who's really good with sci-fi. Probably J.J. Abrams.
That's like the two big ones. That like you got Spielberg and Diet Spielberg is what you got.
Yeah.
That's a joke that I stole. But
Yeah.
guys, thank you so much for watching. Chris, do you have any final thoughts on this?
Who should direct Gundam?
I don't know directors.
Who should be Amuro in this?
Who?
Who should be Amuro Ray in this
Channing
movie?
Tatum.
I don't.
No, he's a little kid. He's like
Channing
16.
Tatum.
He's like 15 or 16.
But guys, thank you so much for watching. Chris, thank you so much for being a part of this. When we come back, Chris, Tyler, and myself are going to do a little fun segment. What is that segment?
The hand that rocks the premise.
Well, it's going to be something kind of like that. We're going to be right back.
It's time to pursue your career in veterinary medicine. Nash Community College now offers an Associate in Applied Science degree in Veterinary Medical Technology. This is your chance to become a registered vet tech and work with a variety of animals. Learn about radiology, client education, animal wellness, treatment, laboratory techniques, anesthesia, and more. Now accepting applications. Call 252-451-8390 or visit nashcc.edu/VMT today.
Welcome back to Big Bang Cinema, y'all. My name is Isaac the Shinbone Anderson.
I am Tyler the Lemon Drop King.
Now, real quick, we talked a little bit about Gundam right before the break. Who do you say should play the main guy?
No, the villain.
Villain.
Char should be Mads Mikkelsen.
It's Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes. What do you think? Is that's good? That's really good.
Jyn Erso's dad. I don't know. But guys, with the number of vehicular manslaughters going up in America, we want to escape into the movies to try to make ourselves feel really nice. So, The Rock is a very popular movie star, and we thought it'd be fun to try to come up with a terrible movie based on a terrible premise and make a terrible box office revenue. So,
But let me tell you, he has a bag full of premises that we must pick out. Then we have to pitch the movie for 2 minutes.
yes, exactly. So, I have a bunch of different stupid premises here, and we are going to pick out which ones we want, and we're gonna try to pick out all the different elements of the Rock movie
Hold on.
within 2 minutes.
Ready?
Ready to go?
Okay, that's what I got. No, I got two.
Okay, you got to pick one. And you got to read it
Okay.
to the audience at home. Okay?
Flooded Thai Mountain. Decide the occupation.
Okay.
The
You
Rock
ready?
plays a. I'm ready.
Go.
The Rock plays a former Thai Navy Special Forces, and he has to swim under a cave to go rescue a 15 soccer team children that got inside of a cave and it rain flooded.
Okay.
And like yeah, they bring him out of retirement. They're like, the only person that can do this is you. But he's like off and somewhere in like Bangkok, like in a bar, drunk and depressed, and then he's just like, oh, I don't want to do this, because his best friend died on one cave spelunking mission. So he's depressed and he sees on TV about the children who were suffering loss inside the cave, and then he's just all depressed, and then he finally like sucks it up, and he finally like 20 minutes of the movie. He goes, I'm here to help, and then it's about the struggles of him down in the cave and pulling the children out. Like he goes in there, he's like, there's like an eel comes out, he's punching the eel, and then he like swims up there. There's like bats, and he's like fighting them, like the 3-foot Thai bats. He's like fighting them, like trying to save the children. And he gets back there, and it turns out that the whole time that the coach, a gentleman back there, who his plan was to get the children caught in the cave, so that he could sacrifice them to his. To the cult of Kali, so he has to fight the man. So it's like a whole he's fighting like cult members and stuff in the cave, because it's a small little cave, like 15 kids and like 4 sacrificers in there. One of the kids has already is about to be sacrificed, and they're about to like light him on fire. He like jumps out of the water like 4 feet like a dolphin. He's like, jumps out of the fire, grabs the kid, and like it'd be like the very, the caption for like when they sell for the trailer of the movie is, this summer we're gonna see if rocks really float. We're like, what? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, a rock is gonna float. Yeah, I
dig it, man. It's borderline tasteless, but I mean, what else could a Rock movie be? It really is.
Yeah.
Good job. Let's give.
I
Don't
really-
give yourself a hand.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Arrogance is what's
He
going
was
to kill
talking about
people.
The Rock looking like depressed and sad and everything. And I feel like it's half his facial
around.
expressions in movies.
All right, Chris.
So, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be an utter train wreck. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. No clue what I'm doing. Twister 2, The Rock is a tornado expert with a background in weapons.
All right, got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Take as much time as you need. Go.
This is bad because I didn't see the original Twister. I don't know what Twister is about.
Aren't you just a party pooper, Chris?
I don't know what the Twister is about.
It's
About
about
tornado.
It's about tornado. The Rock fights a tornado. How about that? Go with it.
The Rock has to fight a tornado.
Okay.
So he's a tornado expert with a background in weapons, and so like the movie starts out, and it's like they discover this huge tornado that just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. It's not slowing down, and so they have to figure out some way to stop it. And so they call upon and he's part of the team that discovered this tornado, and they're like, does anyone have any idea? And he's like, I have an idea. And so he starts sending his colleagues all across the world to get these different parts, and they go through these trials and tribulations and everything to get these different parts, and they come back and it's like, what are you doing? He's like, I used to be a weapon expert, and he pulls out this like anti-tornado gun that like shoots out a wind current to reverse the tornado. To reverse the wind current of the tornado.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I got. I have
Okay,
4
that's
extra
good enough.
seconds.
That's good enough. That's all I thought they put in the script.
Yeah, exactly.
We got 30 seconds. Can I add something to it?
Go ahead.
He realized when you record a tornado and you play it backwards, the tornado's talking and giving out the next location is going to go.
Oh my gosh!
It spins this way, it spins the other way. It'll talk. So he's like blowing. It starts reversing direction. Starts talking like, I would have got away with it too. And then the caption for the movie would be like, it takes more than a little rough wind to move a rock. And like,
When you played the tornado backwards, it plays Stairway to Heaven.
like that when you talk.
And the army's trying to shoot it. He's trying to tell the army don't shoot it because it's bad. And the
And
bullets ricochet and it becomes a super tornado.
And he's got like a Ford.
Oh man, we gotta stop talking about this.
He's got a Ford 450, F450. And he like jumps the tornado inside driving the truck.
Okay.
And Drew said that his daughter is like driving the truck with the weapon on the back of it. And he has to save her in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so time for me to pick one. I'm very excited.
This is really
Like
fun.
I said, mine was a train wreck.
Well, I mean, most rock movies are.
we should have done that.
Oh, no.
Versus the train.
Okay. I don't know if I'm good enough for this one. Elementary school teacher that has to save daughter from Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, you got 2 minutes on the clock. I was hoping I wouldn't get this one. This is the one I hope I wouldn't get. Okay, ready, go. Okay, so The Rock is a former military expert. He was like the smartest they ever had. Like he was like the computer guy. He wasn't the actual like army guy. But he left the force and he now he's teaching elementary school and he has a daughter who cannot act, but she's very cute and they say very cliched dialogue like, "Daddy, I'm scared," and he's like, "Just don't pay attention to it. Just close your eyes and it'll all be okay," which is a bad thing because his daughter goes to sleep one night. She says, "Daddy, I saw a man." And he's like, "Harvey Weinstein?" And he says, "No, a scarier man." Even though The Rock cannot fathom this, he figures out it's a man that has scissors and it's Freddy Krueger. So The Rock recruits a bunch of different people. But get this, it's going to be a crossover. Christopher Nolan's directing this movie and it's going to be an Inception crossover with The Rock movie. It's trying to insert some intelligence in there. So we get Leonardo DiCaprio's character from that movie to come back in to try to go deep into the dream to try to find Freddy Krueger, okay? But get this, The Rock has to grade a bunch of tests. And these are not just any tests. These are like, even though these kids are in second grade, this is going to determine their future. This is a dystopian future where The Rock has to decide where people go. Where they go in specific things. So it's kind of like a YA novel meets Inception, meets Freddy Krueger. So The Rock's like, we have to get back in time for me to grade these papers, otherwise these kids will all become janitors. And he has flashbacks of like when he was a janitor and everything. It's really nice and metaphorical. So he goes in the dream and he fights Freddy Krueger and he catches him on fire and he says, "I guess Rock does beat scissors."
Yeah, I like that.
I stole that phrase from you. At the very end, he's all, I'm almost done. Don't you stop my time. And it's like, at the very end, he's grading all the papers and all the kids are going to be doctors and lawyers and stuff. And then one kid's dozing off in class and then Freddy Krueger's trying to come out and it's like, "Looks like Daddy's got to sharpen his knife to beat these scissors again."
Oh no, he goes papers beat rock, and he's like doing.
Oh, that's good. That's way better than what I said.
Yeah,
that's way better. Oh my goodness, guys! Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. That was a fun show. No show next week. Actually, we're going to take the week off because we don't want to see Hotel Transylvania 2 or 3. They made 3 of these things. Oh my gosh.
Yep, they did.
How unfortunate. But. Really do appreciate it this week. Tune in to Quick Flicks, which is tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We're reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was a fun review. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Isaac Anderson.
And I'm Tyler.
You got this. We went over this. We went over this.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
That's okay. That's Christopher Darkins. Tell me we missed you. Brandon, we missed you. Stay lovely.